Today on Prodigy Bowlers Tour, we present the first ever Prodigy 2x2. 2 matches between 2 players. Each match, 2 games. The player who wins both games wins the match. If they split the 2 games, they move immediately to a 2-frame 9th and 10th style roll-off to decide the winner. We'll crown 2 champions today. Each one will sign the coveted trophy pin. That's how it's going down today, 2x2 on Prodigy Bowlers Tour. Celebrating junior bowling, elevating junior bowlers. This is Prodigy Bowlers Tour. Live on tape from Bolero Roswell in Roswell, Georgia. This is Coach Randy, welcoming you to episode 92 of Prodigy Bowlers Tour. Prodigy 2x2, Volume 1. As we expect this to be the first of several 2x2s we bring you going forward. Today's pairings will bring you rivals in each of our Bolero Roswell Youth Leagues, the Roswell Varsity and Roswell Junior Varsity. A little later on, we'll bring you a match between 2 of the bigs in our Roswell Varsity League. Christian Mennell is seeking his 3rd win this season on Prodigy after winning 7 times last year. Christian turned 16 this summer. And big Logan Mathis, who's down to his final few weeks of Youth League as this 17-year-old is about to head off to college this fall. But we'll begin with the littles from our Roswell Junior Varsity League. Rowan Sautner is 10 years old. He carries a league average of 146, the 2nd highest in our JV league. On our last Prodigy episode, this little guy uncorked 10 strikes in a row. He'll face Hunter Moffitt. Hunter's now 11 and carries the highest average in our JV league at 163. His high game of the season thus far is 234, and he just bowled his first sanctioned 600 series last week with a 617. But in league today, he Greek-churched in the 10th frame of the 3rd game, which cost him a 2nd straight 600 series as he finished in the 590s. He was not pleased. These 2 young fellas are good friends and will mix it up today, starting right now. One has to win, one has to lose.
That's me.
What are your thoughts?
I think I'll lose. Fine.
You think you'll lose? Why do you think that?
The sign says Ron is cheating.
Wait a minute, what did you do to your hair? It looks like somebody got a hold of you and carved a star in the side of your head. I like it, I like it. But you're bowling pretty good these days. What's going on with you?
I got a new ball.
Oh, you like that ball? Okay.
But I'm not using it on this lane.
Huh?
I'm not using it on these lanes.
You're not using it on the practice pair.
It won't react enough.
Hunter,
Yeah.
you're getting ready for Pepsi tomorrow,
Me too.
as is Rowan. But right now, the challenge is before you. It's this guy right here. How are you going to handle it?
I mean, I think I need the lanes are not hooking at all, so I'm trying to throw my reactive ball over the 3rd arrow, so hopefully it can go in the pocket.
That's a good plan. That's a good plan. What about you, Rowan?
Same thing that he is doing. He said that the lanes aren't reacting at all. So I've got to throw my tropical instead of my new ball again. And I'm going to stand more in the middle instead of all the way to the left.
Okay. Well, good luck. Where else but Prodigy Bowlers Tour are you going to find that kind of in-depth analysis from the players? I ask you. Hey, it's our first 2x2, and it's game 1. What is a 2x2? Well, it's 2 players, 2 games. You got to win both of them to win the match. And if they split, we go to a 2-frame 9th and 10th style roll-off. And Rowan is going to lead off here in game 1. We'll flip it in game 2. Oh boy. Well, that's not the way you want to start. You heard Rowan say he's going to throw his tropical. That's a tropical breeze. It hooks a little more than his blue hammer, and it hooked a little too much. He's got the 4, 7, 10, and you make it by getting the ball over on the left edge of the 4-pin. He'll probably go with his plastic ball here. And that's not at all what he had in mind. So an open in the first frame for Rowan, and Hunter has clear sailing ahead. But he leaves a 10-pin. Hunter's got a couple of balls in his arsenal, plus this plastic ball. This is a T-zone that he uses for some of his spares. And he covers the 10-pin. Hunter has a pitch black and a code X along with that T-zone. And now it'll be interesting to decide what he does, which ball he chooses. He talked like he was going to use the code X today. Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell them apart. But I think he's going with the code X. And he gets a strike with it. Nearly had a stone 8. Watch this one again. A little harder back end than I think the pitch black would produce. Swings it out to about 8. And down they go. Just like that. Well, Rowan switches balls and goes with his blue hammer. This is the new one he just recently got. He threw a 10-bagger on Prodigy with it a couple of weeks ago.
There you go.
And that ball is a white dot. Plastic ball for spares. And he covers the 10-pin with it. Got a little 2-ball strategy going on here. He's using the hammer on the right and the tropical on the left. And now rather than going with his spare ball, he's going to throw the blue hammer at the 2-pin. And he covers the spare. I'm not entirely sure that there's any real rhyme or reason to this switching of balls. Sometimes kids get too many bowling balls, gives them too many options, and they never really know what to throw. But Hunter sure seems to know where to throw it, as that one goes right through the pocket. And he puts 10 in the pit. Watch it again. Just to the right of the 4th arrow, out to about 8. That's as good as you can do it right there. Watch his reaction. Hunter will run him out. Had to tie his shoe. Oh, it looked like he pulled that one a little left of target, but it held. And another solid strike. We're bowling on the house shot today, so they've got some area. Boom. Look out. Just got that one wide. It had no chance to get back, and he threw the hammer on the right lane the last time he was up. This time he goes with the tropical, and like I said before, sometimes there's really no rhyme or reason to the change. The 1-2-5-9, you make it by throwing the ball right where you would a strike. But he misses the head pin to the left, and that's another open. So 2 opens while Hunter's putting a turkey on the board, and all of a sudden, this game is getting out of hand. A high hit this time, and Rowan leaves the 3-6-10. Well, you heard him in our pre-match interview. He said he thought he was going to lose. I mean, we don't teach the kids to have a defeatist attitude, for sure. There he covers the spare. You got to be your own best friend out on the lanes, because nobody else is going to be out there rooting for you. The mental game is usually the last thing that clicks in with these kids. There's another strike for Hunter. He's got a 4-bagger. And this time he hits in the half pocket and just tilts out the 5-pin. Watch it. I didn't think this one was going to quite get back, but it had just enough on it to push the 5 over toward the 7. So now it looks like he's gone for another ball. Why would you do that when you're on a 4-bagger? So you can throw that strike, I guess. He strikes with anything he throws. A spare to start, and then 5 in a row for Hunter. That one about 13 at the arrows, out to about 6. And he brings it back. Watch it again. We'll see his reaction to it this time. He liked it. And why not? Boom! Rowan with a solid strike of his own. And he leaves Hunter hanging. Hunter trying to give him a little low 5 congratulatory gesture. Rowan's having none of it. He doesn't like getting beat. Watch this one out to about 4. Brings it back. High flush. Take that, Pins. He threw 10 in a row on the show a couple weeks ago with that same ball. And he trips the 4. He seems like he's not real happy with it, but those were 2 good shots right there. He pulled that one a little bit. It's set in the oil just enough. Now Hunter. And he trips the 4. He's got all the shots today. Look at this. That for sure looked like a solid 4. But something rolled it over at the very last minute. And now Hunter has a 6-bagger. And the streak stops there as he leaves a 2-pin. But he opens up a big lead, 68 pins over Rowan. Now, that may seem awfully discouraging to Rowan, but he's got to remember, even if he loses this game by 100 pins, it doesn't matter. If he wins the second game by 1 pin, it's all even. It's not total pins in these two games. It's who can win both games. And if we split, we go to a 9th and 10th frame style roll-off. Rowan's getting a little pep talk by some friends and family over there. When your opponent throws 6 in a row at you, it's easy to get down in the dumps. So you just keep throwing strikes of your own and let him know you're still here. He may not catch Hunter this game, but if he can get lined up, all he's got to do is win the second game by a pin, and they'll go to a roll-off. There's another solid one, and Rowan puts up a 4-bagger of his own. Over about 11 at the arrows, out to about 5. And 10 back. And Hunter answers Rowan's double with a strike of his own. And he's about to put this game away. We mentioned at the top of the show that Hunter's high game to date in league this season is 234. He's got a possible 269 here. There's the first one in the 10th. That puts him in the 250s. And he wins the first game. As if that were in doubt. Swings it out to about 7. Another solid strike. One more here will put him in the 260s. How about it? Hunter is on fire. I'm pretty sure he's never bowled anything in the 260s, even in open play. I know he's bowled better than his 234 in league in open play, but he's never shot anything like this. 269. And that puts a smile on his face. Watch it again. Out to about 5 at the break point. Hits the switch zone and shakes him up. And we'll get a look at that smile on his face here. Well, Rowan's not smiling. He turns away immediately. Don't get down, Rowan. Just because you lost the first game doesn't mean you're going to lose the match. There's another game. It's not total pins. It's who can win both games, or if you split, you go to a roll-off. You see above Hunter's name, the little green dot means that he has captured one of the 2 games. Rowan with a spare in the 10th. Now a strike will give him 200. And he's not real thrilled with the result. He wanted that 200, but 197 is nothing to sneeze at for a 10-year-old. But Hunter goes up 1-0. They will continue their match when we return.
Hello, friend. I'd like to bowl a few lines.
Brought your own bowling pins?
Why, sure. Folks who know the score know you get more action from these pins. See that big red crown that goes all around? Means it's a real red crown Dura King bowling pin made by Brunswick. Makes the game more fun. Now, why don't you have these high-scoring pins, friend?
Oh, we got them. Look at the plaque.
Brunswick, Dura King, Red Crown pins. You've got 'em all right. Can't wait. Just love to bowl against those pins.
All over America. More people are bowling against Red Crowns than any other pins. Just ask for the big Red Crowns Dura King bowling pins by Brunswick.
This is the Prodigy Bowlers Tour television network. Well, Hunter goes 1 up, so we begin game 2 of the match. And Hunter begins by leaving a 10-pin. Same thing he did to start the first game. Rowan started game 1 on the left. Hunter starting game 2 on the left. And he goes cross lane and converts the 10-pin. So Rowan up quickly on the right. And he blows the rack. And that's what he's going to need this game. He shakes him up, evens the game. Get another look at it here. Hit him thin and watch him spin. All right, see if he can get a double. Nope. Goes high and leaves the 3-6. He goes to his plastic ball to convert it. Got to get up. He's getting frustrated already. All right, Hunter up on lane 40. And he rips the rack. I tell you what, if Hunter keeps bowling the way he's been bowling, he's going to be a handful. Watch this. Shreds him. Get a look at his reaction this time. He runs it out. A little hand clap. And that one got away from him. He just sent it a little too wide. And he leaves the 2-4-5. This a little easier without the 8-pin behind the dinner bucket. Just put the ball on the 2 and the 5. Let the 2 get the 4. You can also make it on the other side. And that's how he does it. We don't recommend it on the left side, but he gets it that way anyway. And now Rowan will be up on the right lane. Well, he's taking a few extra moments to get a little encouragement from some of the big people. For some reason today, Rowan is just having a hard time dealing with playing from behind. And it's tough sometimes, I know. There's a high hit. He leaves the 6-pin. It's all part of the process of learning about competitive bowling. And frankly, it's also all about growing up. These little guys haven't yet learned how to cope with losing or when things don't go your way. They want it so bad. There's a good shot. This little guy's got lots of good shots in him. He's just got a tiger by the tail today. Hunter's just piling on the strikes. But if Rowan can throw a few more of those, he might just be there at the end. Don't count him out. There's another strike by Hunter. That's 2 in a row on the right lane. To go along with a couple of spares he's made on the left. But as long as he's not stringing them, that means he's not running away and hiding from Rowan. It's wide again, and this time he misses the head pin and leaves a cluster, the 1, 2, 4, 8. This one a little tricky. You've got to hit the left side of the head pin, let the 2 or the ball go back and get the 8. The 2 will get the 4, or the ball will get the 4. But he hits a little too full on the head pin. The 2 goes around the 4. And there's an open frame, and now all of a sudden this game is all even. And I don't think Rowan is aware of that. That 5-pin almost got over there to get the 7, but something interfered with its progress, and so he leaves a fairly routine spare. But he needs to take his time to make it. But he gets in a hurry and whiffed it. All right, we'll watch this one in split screen. And he turns around early. And, well, I just hate to see this. It's almost like they give up sometimes. They just don't think they can win. And what he doesn't realize is he's only behind in the game by 12. That's nothing. Part of the problem is some of these young kids, they don't yet know how to keep score. They see the numbers up on the screen, and they just see that one guy's getting a bunch of strikes, and they're not seeming to be able to do that. Hunter goes through the nose this time, leaves the 3-6-10. See how he shoots this. He should move left. It'll reduce the possibility of a chop. That's what he's doing. Goes with his plastic ball. Oh, but you can't throw it out there. And so an open frame hands the lead to Rowan. So Rowan takes the lead sitting on the bench. And Hunter comes right back. That's what champions do right there. You make a mistake, you come right back with a strike and try to start building on that right away. Over about 14 at the arrows, out to about 9 at the break point. Playing a little tighter line. I'm going to guess that's probably his pitch black. All right, Rowan. That one never gets wide enough, but he carries a Brooklyn. And what a break that is, working on a spare. So he maintains his 1-pin lead. How about it? How about a double right there? And that increases his lead in this game to 11. As I mentioned, even though he got beat by a bunch the first game, he only has to win the second game by 1 pin, and this match will be all even. All right, Hunter up on the right. And there's a double for Hunter. So that cuts Rowan's lead back down to just 1 pin. And with another strike, Hunter can take the lead. Over about 14. This one he gets all the way out to about 6. I believe that was the code X. This one for the lead. And he gets it. And puts the pressure right back on Rowan. Watch it, he swings it out. Gets out to about 8 that time. And takes them all down. He's thrown a lot of strikes today. Rowan can take the lead back with one of his own here. Oh, and it's just a little high. That'll cost him a pin in count, so Hunter's lead grows to 10. Oh, Rowan would like to have that 7-pin back that he missed. Got a little foot stomping going on. I don't know that that necessarily helps, but it might make you feel better. All right, he covers the spare. He had to have that. This was no time to be handing Hunter another gift, but now they head to the 10th frame. Rowan in a must-win situation to continue the match. Ball goes Brooklyn. He leaves the 7. Now, once again, it's just about a must that he convert this spare. More foot stomping. Where's Grand Funk Railroad when you need them? We need a little foot stomping music. All right, there's the spare that Rowan had to have. Now just fill it up. Get all you can. Make Hunter earn it. All right, there's an 8 count, a sore foot, and that's 182. So the situation is this. If Hunter were to happen to get 9 on his first ball and then miss it, we'd have a tie. He's going to need a mark of some kind. Well, he didn't make it easy on himself. He leaves the 3-6-10. Watch this one again. We'll see his reaction to it. All the body English in the world was not going to get those 3 pins to fall. And now he knows he's got his hands full here. A very choppable spare. He's got to make it to win the match. And he chops the 3 off the 6-10. And that means Rowan wins game 2. And I have a feeling no one is more surprised than Rowan. But now here's the situation. We will go to a 2-frame roll-off. 9th and 10th style roll-off.
yourself in at middle. Hunter. All right, that was exciting.
We will flip a coin to determine who starts. We don't have a coin. Big Boy doesn't have a coin in his pocket,
We'll let the guy who shot 269 call the
but he carries lifesavers. One side has letters on it, the other side does not. And Hunter had the high game with that 269.
We have no letters on this side.
They'll flip it.
Call it in the air. I didn't flip it, sorry. It didn't flip. You're calling for letters, and it is letters. So you have the choice of starting lanes. You're going to pull a 9th and 10th frame. You're going to start on the left.
So Hunter's going to start the roll-off on the left lane. He will bowl one frame. It will be like bowling the 9th frame. And then Rowan will get up and bowl his 9th on the right lane and 10th on the left. And then Hunter will bowl his 10th frame on the right. So here we go. If it's tied after the 9th and 10th frame roll-off, they'll do it again until we break the tie. And Hunter hits light and shakes him up. And that's the way you want to start a roll-off. Put the pressure on your opponent right away. Let's see how he did it. Swings it by about 14 at the arrows, out to about 6. Hits light, the head pin goes to the wall and does the damage. All right, Rowan, you need one right here to answer the bell. But it goes high. And I don't know if you heard him. He said, I lost. No, you didn't lose, Rowan. You just make the spare, and this roll-off will be all even. That just comes from these guys not knowing how to keep score. Once they understand how the scoring works, his mood will pick up when he's in this situation. Uh-oh. But you don't have to know how to keep score to know that that's trouble. The 4-9 split, and what a time for it. Watch this again. It just drifts a little high. More foot stomping. Doesn't help. Tears, maybe. Here's how you make the 4-9. It will go. If you can fit the ball over on the left side, slide it over into the 9. If he makes it, he'll force Hunter to mark. Not to be. And he's already taken his bowling balls and he's ready to pack them up. But don't give up just yet. If Hunter gets 9 on the first ball, that'll do it. If he gets 8, he'll need more pins. But a strike will put it away. And he had to go to a roll-off to do it. But Hunter wins the 2x2 match with Rowan. And he did it by throwing a 269 his first game. And he gets the first 3 strikes in the roll-off, a possible perfect 60 if he gets one more. As we watch that last one again. He's ecstatic. One more for 60. He will have to settle for a 59 and another trip to the winner's circle. It's Hunter Moffitt who'll be signing the coveted trophy pin in the Littles when we return. Now, bring the spirit of Prodigy Bowlers Tour to your bowling center with Prodigy Bowlers Tour t-shirts and sportswear, including collared shirts with the Prodigy logo printed on the back to show that you support junior bowling. Check out the entire assortment of Prodigy t-shirts in the Brownswick store. Visit PRODIGYBowlersTour.com to see the selection. See the ash gray Celebrating Junior Bowling, Elevating Junior Bowlers t-shirt, or the Who Will Win the Coveted Trophy Pin t-shirt. Or maybe you'd want the one that says, I've come to get my bowl on, right on the front of the shirt, or simply, Bowl Me. There's a t-shirt that says, Bowling. You probably don't get it because it's mainly for smart people. And if you're a proud parent with a junior bowler, we've got a t-shirt just for you. And how about this t-shirt? You're bowling an 8th grader. Prepare to meet defeat. Available in grades 1 through 9, most in both adult and kid sizes. And finally, the shirt that reads, Bowl better, have more fun, take lessons. Then maybe you can keep up with me. The Brownswick store is powered by the people at Cafe Press, and all of these shirts are available right now. Just go to PRODIGYBowlersTour.com and click on the link to be taken right to the store. PayPal and credit cards accepted. That's PRODIGYBowlersTour.com. Get your bowl on and bring the spirit of Prodigy Bowlers Tour to your house. Order now. Go to PRODIGYBowlersTour.com. That's PRODIGYBowlersTour.com.
You don't have time to do the real thing. Download Bowling by Jason Belmonte, the most realistic bowling game ever made, on iOS and Android right now.
Some awesome bowling by our two littles today on Prodigy Bowlers Tour, as Hunter began with his personal best, a 269 game with 10 strikes. And Rowan didn't exactly lay down that game. He fired a strong 197. That put Hunter up 1 game to none and put Rowan in a must-win situation. In the second game, the scoring cooled off a bit as both players opened a couple of times, and Hunter's third open of the game in the 10th frame allowed Rowan to prevail, 182 to 178, to tie the match at 1 game apiece. That sent us to a 2-frame 9th and 10th style roll-off, and Hunter just hit the gas and floored it, striking on his first 3 shots and shooting a near-perfect 59 to take the match from Rowan. So that means Hunter is back in a familiar place, the winner's circle.
Now I am tied with Nick.
Tied with Nick Dissinger.
What I've been trying to do for a while.
Hey, congratulations. This is how many wins for you?
This is officially 8 wins. This is my traditional.
It is 4/13/2019. And Hunter Moffitt is in the winner's circle once again on Prodigy Bowlers Tour. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, 269.
That is my personal best
Your personal best?
as of right now.
That was pretty good.
Thank you.
That was pretty awesome stuff. Way to go.
Thank you.
So now it's time for our feature match between the bigs Christian Mennell and Big Logan Mathis. These two have developed quite a rivalry this season since Big Logan joined our league here at Bolero Roswell. Christian was the winningest player on Prodigy last season, but has only signed the coveted trophy pin twice so far this season. And Big Logan has 2 wins of his own this season. So this match will break the tie between them on the season, which probably won't set well with one of them.
It's the first ever Prodigy death match.
where I will be dying.
Between Christian and Big Logan, it's 2 games. If either one of you wins both games, they win. If we end up a split, you roll off in a 9th and 10th frame. What are you thinking right now?
I'm excited. It's been a long time. I'm excited.
So you think you can handle him?
Yeah. Just getting this little thing right here.
I'm just
getting this.
Oh, you remember main event where I was the first one to strike?
Oh my god.
First one. First one.
This is house shot.
Main event's not a house shot, that's a devil shot. So I should.
Is your average a 200 here? No.
At 197, pretty close.
Good luck.
These two will go at each other throughout the match. They both helped me move over the summer, so I can tell you that their rivalry is a friendly one, more friendly than it sometimes appears, as they exchange the ceremonial handshake, and Big Logan won't let go. And he will play the intimidation card, although it's all in fun. Christian's going to start the first game. We'll flip it for the second game. And he's throwing his tag cannon, and it rips the rack in frame 1.
First one to strike, hug it. Boom, boom, bang! Into the first frame!
And they will rip at each other all game. Watch this first shot. Playing about the 3rd arrow, swings it out to about 8. Hits in the swish zone and rips them apart. And I believe that's an idol that Big Logan is throwing, and he rings the 10.
You got 23 more frames.
And he's not happy about it. Go hard and straight at the corner pin. Maybe a little too hard. When we talk about going hard and straight at spares, we never mean to imply that you should go so hard that you lose control. Just hard enough that takes any hook out of the ball. But that's an open to start, and Christian gets off to a quick lead. Well, that's one way to get a strike. He will let Christian know about it. Watch this. He will hit super light. The head pin will go to the left wall, and I think the head pin's the one that's going to come back and get the 2 from behind. No, it knocked the 4 forward into the back of the 2. How about that? Yeah, Christian pulled that one. Never had a chance, even on the house shot. You got to get the ball in a general area. And he missed by about 4 boards left. The one big mistake, I know we've made a lot of fun of Christian about his gutter balls, but the big mistake that he's prone to make is when he pulls it. If we can ever eliminate that shot from his repertoire, he might be dangerous. He gets plenty on the ball. If he can keep it anywhere near the pocket, his carry percentage should usually be pretty good. I think he got these earbuds to listen to music, mainly to shut out Big Logan during league. Well, okay. That one went off the road completely. And he leaves the 1, 2, 4, 8. You want to stand far enough to the right, let the ball drift Brooklyn, Hit the 1-2, the 2 will get the 8. The ball will get the 4. And there's that shot where he pulls it left. And it bites him at the worst possible moment. Not that there's ever a good time for it. Let's take another look at this and see if we can pick out what's going on with Christian that he needs to work on. Look at how far from his body his elbow is. And look at how far from his ankle the ball is. And look at how far forward his right shoulder is from his left. You add those 3 things up and you're going to have a dead pull most of the time. Sure not going to like the result. And Big Logan sends it wide. Well, these 2 players are what we call spraying it. It's the 1-2-4-6-10. Couple of different ways to make it. Either hit the left side of the head pin, throw it over into the 6 and 10, or throw the ball from the left side of the lane straight at the right side of the head pin. Let the ball deflect over into the 6. The 6 will get the 10. He's standing right, so I assume he's going to hit the Brooklyn side. Or try to anyway. Too full on the 1 pin, and that's no good. And that's his second open frame in 3 frames. And yet, thanks to Christian's generosity, Logan trails by only 10. Well, the 2-8-10. Once again, there's 2 schools of thought. You either just take the count and go for the 2-8. You're not going to make this very often. Or, if you want to be daring, hit the left side of the 2 pin, either drive it into the wall where it can bounce back and get the 10 and then the 8, or throw a backup at it and try to slide the 2 over into the 10 while the ball gets the 8. That's what he's trying. The problem with that is you'll get 7 more often than you get a spare. So, some suspect choices being made. And that's 3 opens in 4 frames. Christian with a 23-pin lead. And a solid strike in the 4th. Now remember, in the 2x2, you must win both games to win the match. If they split, we'll go to a 9th and 10th frame roll-off, just like we did with the littles. Here's that shot that Christian just threw. That is 10 in the pit. High flush. Hold that one a little bit. It held in the oil, almost got the trip 4. But the 4 remains. Here's how you leave a solid 4. The ball will hit a little high. Watch the 2 pin, the 3rd one from the left. It'll go to the left wall. Tries to get the 4, but it only gets the 7. And he covers the spare. So Logan now will try to stop the bleeding. Maybe string a couple of strikes. There's a novel idea. But that one breaks sharply, goes high. He could have had just about anything there. It looked like the 4-7-10 was standing for an instant, but instead he gets just the 10 pin. Let's see if he can do better with it this time. He missed it in the first frame. Covers it here. But he needs strikes to close the gap on Christian. There's a good shot. No high fives between these two. They will be intense and try to beat each other's brains out. Crunch berries. See his reaction to it. He usually won't show you a whole lot. Not much. All right, Christian up on lane 40. And he gets the messenger. I wasn't sure if that one was going to get all the way over there. But that was a good one. We'll see it again here. He hits about the third arrow, out to about 9 at the break point in the half pocket, and here comes the messenger. And down goes the 10-pin. Watch his reaction to it. Christian will show you some emotion. And he looks right at Logan when that one goes. And has a smile on his face like the cat that just ate the canary. And he rips him apart in the 7th. And that extends his lead to 33 pins. Right in the half pocket, and the 5-pin just zips over to the 7. And the messenger comes back just in case the 10-pin was giving any thought to staying up. Oh, man. Well, stone 9. Now, he's been known to whiff these just out of frustration. But he goes slowly and cautiously at this one and covers the 9-pin. Well, you may have seen the video we put up of these two at the driving range a few weeks ago. After they left there, they went over to another bowling center that is notorious for having no shot. No one really knows what their house shot is, but if I had to guess, I would presume that they run the lanes gutter to gutter, no more than about 15 or 20 feet. The lanes are unplayable there, even under the best of conditions. But they bowled on it. You notice when they were talking about it earlier, neither one of them was bragging about their scores over there. Christian was merely bragging that he got a strike, which is quite an accomplishment in that house. Well, Christian with the hammer in his hand now, double working, leading by 34 pins, getting late here in game 1. He can come close to putting this one away with 2 more strikes here. There's one. That was a good one, too. Right in the pocket, 6-pin goes to the wall, chops out the 10, watch it. 2nd pin from the right, the 6-pin. Watch it go to the right wall, come back and just tomahawk out the 10-pin. All right. One more and he'll take a 54-pin lead. That'll just about do it. I think mathematically Logan could still strike out for 181. Christian's already got 175 if he's abducted by aliens. Of course, if he were, then he'd have to forfeit. Well, and that hit right there, I think, will put an end to this game 1. So Christian has socked this one away. So the little green dot goes on Christian's side of the scoreboard. They've got to win 2 games to win the match. Or if they split the 2 games, it'll be decided in a roll-off. This format, a little bit of a throwback to our earliest days of Prodigy, even before we started calling it Prodigy Bowlers Tour, where we just did little exhibition matches between a couple of players. Big Logan trips out the 4 and 7, still has the 10, so he will end the game as he started it with the 10 pin. Let's see if he can make it. He's 1 out of 2 so far. Well, that's 1 out of 3. And he's not happy. Well, and that noise you just heard, Logan just drop-kicked his backpack into the back wall. It sounded like something shattered, like a CD jewel case or something. I hope nothing valuable is destroyed, but Christian, nonplussed by it all, leaves a 10 pin of his own. So Logan now in a must-win situation in game 2 to force a roll-off. And Christian wide right with his spare attempt, so that's going to be a 202 to 147 victory in game 1. But it's a 2-game match, and we will be back with its conclusion when we return. Hey, it's me, Coach Randy, with exciting news about a new way you can help support Prodigy Bowlers Tour. Over the past couple of years, we've had a number of Prodigy fans say they'd love to offer something in payment for the Prodigy content seen each week on YouTube throughout the bowling season. Well, I'm pleased to announce that Prodigy is now on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Prodigy Bowlers Tour. Now, in case you're not familiar with it, Patreon is a platform where YouTube content consumers like you can connect directly with YouTube content creators like me and pledge a small amount of money each month to support the work that goes into creating the content that you enjoy watching. It's based on the age-old concept of patrons. About 30 to 40 hours of work goes into the production of each and every episode of Prodigy Bowlers Tour. So if you enjoy the content on Prodigy Bowlers Tour each week and you'd like to support the show, please check it out at patreon.com/Prodigy Bowlers Tour. There are 4 affordable subscription tiers, and each one offers a different reward, up to and including sneak peeks of shows before they're released to the public, exclusive behind-the-scenes content that only members will ever see, and there's even a tier that will enable you to get all that and get your name in the credits each week as a producer of the show. You'll be helping me to be able to continue making the show each week and even reinvest some of the money into improving the show going forward. Thanks for checking it out, and thanks for supporting Prodigy Bowlers Tour.
If you're really serious about becoming a better bowler, be sure to ask your pro shop about some great new ways to improve your game. A great new video, Dick Weber's Guide to Better Bowling, filled with expert advice that'll help you perfect your technique and develop better shot-making strategies. Here's a sample.
Of all the steps you can take to become a better bowler, none are more important than the 4 or 5 steps you take on the approach to the foul line. Let's look first at the 4-step approach.
The 4-step approach is favored by many recreational and league bowlers, as well as some pros. If this is the approach you find most comfortable, practice it over and over until it feels completely natural.
Also, ask your pro shop about 2 great new bowling balls designed specifically for league bowlers, the Dick Weber Legacy and the Dick Weber Legacy Reactive. from AMF. The advanced technology of these bowling balls, adapted from the designs used by the pros, will help make you a better bowler. The Dick Weber Guide to Better Bowling video and the Dick Weber Legacy and Legacy Reactive Bowling Balls, available at your pro shop.
This is the Prodigy Bowlers Tour television network. All right, we flipped the order for game 2. Big Logan in a must-win situation. Christian up 1-0. That's why you see the little green dot above his name. Logan wants a green dot above his name soon. And if he throws enough shots like that, he might just get one. A strike to begin. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't seem to get very many of them the last game. Throwing about 17 at the arrows, that about to 5 at the break point. He's throwing his phase 2, the red and blue ball. All right, Christian up on lane 40. He sticks with his tag cannon and blisters the pocket with that one. And they're all even through the first frame. Solid strike. Can't do it any better. And he shreds the rack in the second frame. And I can tell you right now, Christian would love to just put this away without the need to go to a roll-off. As we watch his footwork, Christian walks decidedly to the left. There's nothing wrong with that. Most of the power players do. Big strike in the second for Logan as he answers Christian's double with one of his own. Watch this one. Logan walks a little straighter than Christian. Got those gold bowling shoes going on. Comes in light, shakes him up, gets a wall shot that time. Take another look at it here. Sends this one just a little wider than some of the others, but it'll tick the head pin. The head pin will go to the left wall and take out the 4 and 7. The ball actually drove through and took out the 5. All right, Christian. And another solid strike. And that will even the match right back up. Suddenly these two have come alive. Can't throw it much better than that. Pulled it. Almost got away with it. But the crossover fast 8 as the 3 flies up and around the 6 and 10. You usually see a left-hander get that hit. But he loses a couple of pins in count, and now Logan has a slight lead. Christian covers the spare. So this young man who grew up in the youth program at Stars and Strikes in Cumming came down to bowl with us this year when most of his buddies aged out. Solid strike. 10 was late to go, but down it went. Watch the 6 pin. It'll go to the wall. It almost rings around the 10, but just ticked it on the way by. And he shreds the rack. And you notice these two, they're not high-fiving each other. Both of them want to win. Get a look at these gold shoes. Get a look at that power. Pins flying everywhere. Christian with a can opener strike. Hits in the half pocket and they part like the Red Sea. Watch it again. Comes right up the back of it. He doesn't go around it. That's how you put power on a bowling ball. And it had plenty on it. This time he comes in a little light, hoping to get a shaker, but the 10, too stubborn to fall. He was trying to cheer it on, but it wouldn't cooperate. But a conversion nonetheless. The lead is 22 by Big Logan. Really taking his time. Well, I tell you what, it's a good thing you weren't standing down there near the pins. You might have got sucked in by the backdraft. Watch this. Watch the long follow through, the long reach. That's as good as it gets. Is he going to show us a little emotion this time? He leaned into that one. He wanted it. He's halfway there. And now he's got 7 in a row. And when you get 7 in a row on Prodigy, I think that's worth a look in our 3-up. Look, let's compare strikes in the 3rd, 5th, and 7th. He looks pretty similar, but we'll tell just how similar when we stack them on top of each other. Our 3 deep look gives you that perspective. All right, Christian, he's still in this. And there's a solid strike in the 7th. Christian's still got a possible 258. So don't rule him out. Ten in the pit. And he's going to take a re-rack here on 39. And those pins look fine to me. I guarantee you he's taking this re-rack just to let Logan cool his jets, maybe slow him down, throw him out of his rhythm. If Christian didn't have a chance to win this, I'd say that's being rather unsportsmanlike, but he's still got a chance to win this game. And look at that, another strike. Getting the 10 to fall inward, that's usually a pretty good sign that things are going your way. You see Christian as he drifts to the left. That's a big ball. Logan taking his time. And why wouldn't you? He's got the front 8. And I'll tell you what, that didn't look like such a great rack. Looked like a narrow pocket to me. I don't think I would have shot at that. All right, we showed you Christian's position at release. Look how close Logan has the ball to his ankle and how close his elbow is to his body. This is ideal position. See you later, Pins. He's got the front 9. We've only had a player get the front 9 one other time on Prodigy. We had a 300 once in a Scotch doubles 9-pin no-tap, where Darren Vance, the adult, and Logan Fossum shot 300. But we've never had a natural 300 by an individual. Terrell Engels got the front 9 in a team event a couple of years ago and left a 5-pin of all things. Christian stays in it with another strike. Now, realistically, even if Christian strikes out for 258, Big Logan, about the only way he could lose this game would be if he fouled on the first ball in the 10th frame and then opened. But he's fouled a couple of times on Prodigy, including once recently. So, see what happens. There's another strike for Christian. That gets him into the 240s. Now, he's got to get this next strike to have any chance at all of winning this game. And now remember, he's 1 game up in their 2-game match. So, Logan's just trying to even the match with a win here. Okay. It's a great game by Christian. He's going to be in the 250s. 258 if he fills it up here. Man. Only twice has the first ball resulted in something other than a strike in this game between these two. That's amazing. All right, we'll call it 3 times. So a 6 count on the last ball gives Christian a 254. The question is, will it be enough? And the answer can be summed up simply. Logan needs 5 pins on his first ball, and he will win this game. But I guarantee you, he's not thinking about that right now. Boom! That strike secures the game, and he has evened the match at 1 game apiece. And we are now in uncharted water. No one has ever gotten the first 10 in a row on Prodigy. Other than the Scotch doubles 9-pin no tap, we've never had the front 10. Here's Logan going for the 11th. And he gets it. And he is now one ball away from perfection. Here's the 11th ball. Can't throw it any more solid than that. Man, he's sweating like crazy. There's nothing left to say. There it is.
Let's go. How about that? Come on.
Logan Mathis has shot 300 on Prodigy Bowlers Tour. It's never happened before in an individual match. Look at this, the 12th ball. Comes in a little light, he gets the wall shot. And everybody who's there comes up to congratulate him, and that's pretty awesome. But guess what? The match is not over.
Now you can tell your grandkids that you shot 254 and got beat by 46 pins. It's okay. I shot 279 once and got beat by 20. It happens. Okay, but here, I'm gonna flip the thing.
But now we've got to decide who's going first in the roll-off. And once again, Big Boy doesn't have a coin, so we're going to flip a lifesaver. One side has letters, the other side doesn't.
Because we got Christian won the first game, Logan won the second game, so now we have a roll-off to see who wins the match. So we're going to let the guy that shot 300 call it. Call it in the air. Words. Words it is. So you have the choice of starting lanes.
Logan won the toss.
You're going to start on the left.
And he's going to start on the left side. So once again, it's a 9th and 10th frame roll-off. And now what's going to be interesting is to see if Logan has anything left in the tank. You shoot 300 on TV like he just did, that'll take something out of you. I guess. I've never done it.
You're going to be C.
So here we go. This to decide the match. Logan up first. I'm sure glad for his sake that happened here and not on the 12th ball, because that was a very similar hit. And he covers the 7-pin. Man, that was thrilling. I gotta tell you, my heart's still racing. But we have to decide the match. Logan can shoot 300, and he hasn't won anything yet. He won the second game to even the match, but the match is yet to be decided. And now Christian up on lane 40. He will bowl his 9th and then his 10th and finish out. That one just fractionally high. And he leaves the 4. take another look at it, watch his reaction to it. Yeah, I think he thought that was good when it came off his hand, but it just jumped a little bit at the end.
Around your average. 447, 147.
You definitely want to take care and not give anything away now. So, they're still even. It's all going to come down to this 10th frame, unless they end up tied after this 10th frame. And if they are, then we'll bowl another 9th and 10th frame. And we'll keep repeating the process until the tie is broken. No!
2, 8, 10, 6, 7, 10. Sure, 10 frames. Go every single person split you 10 at.
You can yell at them all you want. They won't listen. The 6, 7, 10. Got to go for it here. There's no tomorrow. Too much on the 6. So he finishes with 26. Now look, if Logan were to happen to get 8 on his first ball and then whiff the spare, we'd end up with a tie. But 9 on this ball, and he'll wrap it up. And there's 9. Logan Mathis has won the Prodigy 2x2 in the bigs. And he threw a 300 to do it. And here's Sandy at the front counter handing him a printout of his 300 game. Suitable for framing. And now you can leave all those ring and 10s you want. It's big Logan Mathis who's going to be signing the coveted trophy pin today. There's the 12th ball, the wall shot that went for the first ever natural 300 game on Prodigy Bowlers Tour. And congratulations to big Logan Mathis. He's the happiest guy in Roswell today. We'll visit with him and get him to sign the pin when we return right after this. Now, from the Prodigy Bowlers Tour newsroom, with reports from around the world, across the nation, and up your alley. This is Prodigy Striking News. While this week's Prodigy Bowlers Tour episode was being filmed, youth bowlers from across the state of Georgia were already gathered in Columbus for the annual Pepsi tournament for round 1, which extended into Sunday. Most of the players you saw on today's show were there, as well as many more you've seen on Prodigy before. Among those who advanced to the finals on the 27th were these young bowlers from Bolero Roswell. In the U8 boys, Samuel Anderson finished round 1 in 5th place. In the U10 boys division, Jake Gilbert, the brother of Derek Gilbert, who won the All-Star Varsity Tournament in the JV division last year on Prodigy, has advanced. He's in 4th. And coming in 2nd place in round 1 is Prodigy regular Rowan Sautner. In the U15 boys division, Aiden Reynolds advanced. He's in 8th place. And Christian Knowles, winner on Prodigy a few weeks ago, is in 1st place. He registered the 2nd highest pinfall in the entire field, regardless of age group, with a solid 1133 total. In the U15 girls, reigning U15 girls junior gold national champion Annalise O'Brien, who you've seen on Prodigy, sits in 1st place with her 1117 series, the third highest total in the entire field, and one of only 5 series above 1100 in any age division. In the U17 boys, Logan Fossum sits in 6th place, while Charles Bostic is in 3rd. And Savannah Croft, who you saw on our road trip episode in 2017 when she was bowling league at Brunswick Zone Austell, but now bowls with us, sits in 1st place in the U17 girls. Also, these 5 kids are listed as alternates for the finals. In the U12 girls, Ellie Grogan is 4th alternate. In the U15 girls, Allison McGowan is 3rd alternate. In the U17 boys, Jesse Hamadi is 4th alternate, and Nick Dissinger is 2nd alternate. And in the U20 girls, Kara Freeman is 1st alternate. A few other notables who are familiar to Prodigy Bowlers Tour viewers. In the U15 boys, defending champion Josh Collins is in 2nd place with one of the 5 totals above 1100. Matthew Bruce is in 3rd. Bryant Griffith is 4th. Brandon Cho, who won on Prodigy last season, is 5th. Jacob Ballinger is 6th. Ethan Klemenchik, who you saw on Prodigy this season, is 7th. Elijah Williams, who was on the Pepsi show a year ago, is 10th. And Braden Sorrentino, who bowled in a Prodigy qualifier at Brunswick Zone Austell 2 seasons ago, is 11th. In the U15 girls division, Amanda Hicks is 3rd. Erin Klemenchik joins her brother Ethan in the finals. Erin is 4th. And Alyssa Jordan, who nearly won on Prodigy last season, is 5th. In the U17 boys, Dawson Stewart is 2nd. Jake Holbein, twice a winner on Prodigy, is 8th. And John Woolfolk, who nearly ran the stepladder on Prodigy earlier this season, just missed being an alternate. In the U17 girls, Allison Coriel, who bowled on Prodigy with us earlier this season, is 3rd. And in the U20 boys, Tyler Cho is 5th. CJ Sanders, who made the show a year ago, is 4th. Defending champion Peyton Smith is 3rd. Josh Donahue is 2nd. And in 1st place, with the highest total pinfall of anyone in the field, is Terrell Ingalls. His 1152 total was the best in all age divisions for the weekend. Congratulations to all these Prodigy kids and to all those who will be advancing. We didn't mention them all, only those familiar to Prodigy viewers. But all the finalists bowled their hearts out and deserve congratulations for surviving a very tough day on the lanes. And I'm happy to announce that Prodigy Bowlers Tour will be back in Columbus on April 27th to film the stepladder finals in one of these age divisions. We'll decide which one when we see who makes it to the final dance. Good luck to all the Pepsi finalists.
When pro bowlers Johnny Petraglia, Judy Sutar, and Tommy Hudson helped design these Brunswick balls, they put more than their names on the line. They put their reputations and their futures on it. Because every time they step up to bowl, they bowl to win. That's why everything they know about bowling and everything we know was built into these signature balls from Brunswick. The Signature Series, a new breed of bowling balls born to win. Check out the whole family of winners at your Brunswick dealer.
Well, we saw some spectacular bowling today. 11-year-old Hunter Moffitt threw a 10-strike 269 in his match against Rowan Sautner. 10-year-old Rowan threw a 197 game in defeat. And in the bigs, Christian Mennell opened with a 202 to take the opening game in the bigs match, and then he followed that up with a scintillating 254, only to come up 46 pins short as big Logan Mathis unloaded a 300 game on him to even their match at 1 game apiece. And then Big polished it off by taking the roll-off to claim the victory today in the Bigs with an unbelievable performance, the likes of which we've never seen before on Prodigy Bowlers Tour.
It's Big Logan M winning on Prodigy today, but he did it in style, becoming the first ever player to shoot a natural 300 on Prodigy. What were you thinking when you got up in the 12th? On the 12th
Just throw a decent shot.
And you did. You got a wall shot.
What is today?
Today is the 13th of April, 4/13.
But when y'all guys watch this, the first game, I couldn't carry to save my life. I couldn't carry. I left 9 pins, 10 pins, everything you can imagine. I left splits.
And you were not a happy camper either.
No. But I calmed down after the 10th frame, or after that last match, and then I just tried to focus myself and it drove 300. And I carried almost everything.
Now I know that's not your first 300.
That's my third.
Your third. Your first one came in league, I believe.
No, my second one.
Second one came in league out of Stars and Strikes. That was the day you shot
836,
which was the highest youth 3-game total of that season in the state of Georgia. I know that.
That's the wonder about the sport. You can go from a bad game to a good game. That's just about what happens in the middle.
Between the ears.
Yeah.
So when you got up in the 10th frame, what's going through your mind?
Just repeat shots. Try not to get too fast because I've been throwing it way too fast lately. And I tried to do that. Even though I did throw it 20 miles an hour on the 12th ball and I still carried it.
You have a history on lane 40 in this house.
I do.
In the 10th frame on the last shot, needing a strike.
A little high 4-pin, yeah.
A little high, 4-pin.
Well, I conquered it today, so I'm glad about that.
Yeah, you did. Congratulations, man. That was awesome.
Thank you.